Well, hello, and welcome to unit number 10 in the Interpretive Trails course, and this unit really focuses on trail medium, and in particular interpretive panels, since interpretive panels tend to be one of the major types of medium we use for self-guided trails. So unit 10 really looks at some of the different kinds of materials, because if you're doing interpretive planning for trails and you recommend interpretive panels, well, the question is, well, what kind of material should we use to make the panels out of? And there's lots of different kinds of materials. I want to show you some of the main ones that we use. One of the older ones is fiberglass embedment. Now these panels have been around for a long time, and some different companies make them. This one is made by Panier, P-A-N-N-I-E-R, they're in Pennsylvania. And fiberglass embedment, like I said, has been around for a long time. It's been replaced now with newer materials, but it's still available. And what it is, it's screen printed on a special paper, and the paper is porous. And so what happens once they create the panel, the image, then they pour on the fiberglass, which goes into the paper and hardens. So it's not a laminate; it's an embedment. So for years and years, it was a material that the National Park Service and all the government agencies essentially used. Some of the problems, and there's a picture of one in the Word document I sent you, is that the fiberglass can get scoured. The one photo is from Cape May National Wildlife Refuge. Hurricane Sandy came through, and it scoured the front of these fiberglass panels, almost like if you took a Brillo pad and just kind of swished them up and made them virtually unreadable. There are some benefits of it, with cost, but essentially it's kind of an older technology. A newer technology is stuff like this. This was made by iZone. It comes in a glossy finish or a flat finish. Really nice color. And this is a high-pressure laminate. High-pressure laminates are essentially made out of paper and with resins, and the image is on top and it's locked in. So you may have a stack of paper, about that high, then with the pressure that's squished down to something that's pretty thin. Holds the color real well. One of the nice things about these high-pressure laminates is that, with the examples I've shown you throughout this course, they can be laser cut into any shape you want. So you can have them in the shape of a leaf, or you can have a wave, or whatever you want. So they have color fastness, and they're able to be cut into shapes. They don't need frames either. They can be frameless. Some of the metal ones, this one's been around forever, porcelain enamel, and it's metal. It's porcelain baked onto a metal plate, and essentially the inks that are used to create porcelain enamel panels are glass. It's a glass-based ink, and it's baked like if it was at the surface of the sun. It's extremely hard. It'll last forever. Get really great color. The problem is that if it gets vandalized, if it gets chipped, and you get down to the steel plate that's underneath it, it begins to rust. If you have a lot of vandals walking around with hammers, you don't want to use porcelain. Plus, it's a little more expensive. It's a very heavy sign. One of the new materials that's just out, we just started using that this year, is this photometal imaging process. Has really nice color. As you can see, the colors are really vivid. But it's a metal sign. And you can do dark tones and half tones. It can't be cut into shapes, but you can have rounded edges on it. It's about half the cost. This is called an image lock process. Comes with like 10-year plus warranties. It won't fade. It's easier to clean graffiti off of. This is made by the Gopher Sign Company. And what I suggest you do is, in some of the materials I've sent you are the email addresses or websites of different sign companies. Write to them and ask for samples. All these are samples, and they'll send you a sample of their material. You can test it, you can spray paint it, or you can throw rocks at it, see how it holds up. So, if you're going to be an interpretive planner and you're planning for self-guided trails and you're recommending interpretive panels, you need to know which material it is you want to use. And so your assignment is to tell me, of all the various kinds of interpretive panel materials that are out there, which material do you most prefer to use? And tell me the pros, the positive things about that material, and the cons, the negative things about that material. Because if you're recommending to a boss or to a client a particular type of interpretive panel, how do you sell the fact that you want to use high-pressure laminates? Or how do you sell photo imaging? So kind of tell me which of these materials you prefer to use in today's technology, and the pros and cons of each one. This should be a fairly easy, fairly quick unit to proceed. But for some people who don't have a lot of experience with interpretive panels or trail planning in general, I think this will be some important information for you to have with the attachments. So that's about it. Have a look at the attachments, and let me know which of the kind of materials you most prefer to use. And if you use something different, something new that I haven't heard about, let me know. Tell me you use XYZ materials and you like it because. And I'll add it to our list of interpretive panel materials. So that's it for unit number 10. I'll look forward to getting your responses, and then we'll move on to unit number 11. Have a good one.